So let me get this straight. A guy walks into a Manhattan skyscraper, literally the biggest black cube ever, guns down 4 people, leaves behind a manifesto blaming the NFL for giving him CTE, even though he didn't play a single down in the league. And we're all supposed to take this at face value. Apparently, he offed himself on the 33rd floor, which we'll get into that conspiracy theory. Oh, that one gets juicy with Freemasonry and stuff like that. CNN immediately jumps in and says, yeah, possibly a white guy. Possibly you're wrong. This is a white guy. I'm a white guy. That's not a white guy. Oh. And per usual, it starts off with the media talking about the race, about him possibly being white, definitely a white guy. And then immediately the media jumps to guns because you got to figure out something. You can't just talk about what's this guy's problem. You can't talk about mental illness or why he's targeting the NFL, though he didn't play a single down in the NFL, blaming the NFL for football in general, I guess. I have no idea. But my favorite anchor from CNN, Erin Burnett, is facing a little bit of scrutiny because of these statements right here that she said on CNN last night.
Showing you here, John's reporting that they do know what he looks like, male, possibly white, mustache, sunglasses, in that building, isolated to, they believe, to various locations, including upper floors, is where they're focused. What are you learning, Shimon?
I'm learning that you might be racist. Possibly white. Possibly. Possibly, though. Possibly. It's just like, what? Hello?
Hi. Okay, when I said possibly white, I mean, probably, maybe, but he definitely wasn't for sure white. So, okay, I'm clear.
Why did you even feel the need to say that?
Because it gets the people going. It gets the clicks, and mama needs the clicks on CNN real bad.
We're struggling over here. Please help. Yeah, I figured that's what it was. You guys immediately race bait. Are you guys race baiters?
Yeah, I know. I said possibly, okay? Jeez.
So CNN said possibly why are Americans subjected to constant lies and propaganda? Why are they allowed to just lie? Why can't they just have the standard truth? I have no idea. Because they want to stay in power. They want to stay in power, Junior. And you have to make everyone hate each other and spin lies in order to stay in power. You can't just have the truth. The truth would mean that we would all point our finger at one particular thing, and then that would be bad for them. So they're going to constantly spread us apart as far as we possibly can. So CNN, Erin Burnett immediately started talking about races. What was crazy is to see the Blackstone company and their barricade. 2 dudes just barricaded the heck out of this room. It's absolutely insane. I mean, that's like 20 couches. So on late last night, she said that the weirdest thing is that at the beginning of the whole confrontation, I was hearing rumblings that this guy was some kind of Free Palestine guy. I was seeing it on the internet. I was seeing this guy is connected to Free Palestine. He's obviously a leftist. I saw the usual parties running with that story idea, and then immediately started to go away because that wasn't true at all. And the weirdest thing is that this Sneeko guy caught this dude talking to a reporter about it being a Free Palestine guy. He doesn't look too happy that he caught him. But listen to this. It's absolutely crazy. You can hear him talking about it.
And I don't know if it was political. I did see one of the shooters had a Free Palestine shirt on. I'm not sure if there's any validity to that. But if that's the case, then...
I love that he's looking right at him. He had a Free Palestine shirt.
I'm not sure if there's any validity to that. But if that's the case, then rhetoric doesn't play a part in this. So definitely take that into consideration. No problem at all.
Wait, you said a suspect had a Free Palestine shirt on?
I saw one of the guys getting arrested. He had a Free Palestine shirt on.
Was it this dude in this picture? This dude was another.
No, it wasn't that guy. It was another guy.
So there's two guys now?
I think there was two guys, yeah. That's what I heard. It was definitely politically motivated.
You don't think it's a false flag? It could be, someone staging an event to try to place blame?
No. I don't
know
that shit. Yeah, false flags and all that. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I think it's just a bunch of guys just want to send a message or whatever.
Update at this time, the scene has been contained and the lone shooter has been neutralized. So it's one guy, not two. He was just saying there was two guys with a Free Palestine shirt. And now it's one guy based off the NYPD.
I was hearing interesting.
But now they're saying it's one. The lone.
Yeah, and it was about NFL giving players CTE. Sneeko does have a huge audience. That is pretty crazy. But apparently the guy finished himself off on the 33rd floor, and he wasn't even supposed to go up there. But the craziest thing is that the 33rd floor, last night online, everybody was talking about why the 33rd floor. The 33rd floor, Freemason's most publicized sacred number is 33. The highest visible degree in the Scottish Rite. The human spine has 33 vertebrae. Kundalini awakening is said to occur when energy arises through all 33. A death on 33 is therefore a symbolic capstone of life's energy. Modern occultists use the 33rd floor as a veil-thinning spot. The initiate ascends and exits the material realm. Blackstone. Kiba in Mecca contains a black stone. The Blackstone Group logo is literally a black cube. The Blackstone's logo is literally a black cube. Saturn symbolism rules death, time, and black cubes appear in Mecca. The UN Meditation Room and 9/11 Memorial, a suicide inside the black cube on the 33rd floor, is a ritual sacrifice to Saturn's Kronos, the god who devours his own children. I was seeing this all online. Jesus dies at 33. Yeah. 33 is everything, man. What does it all mean, man? I was trying to connect the dots this morning and I just couldn't figure it out. Something's up, though. Something's up. Maybe that alien spacecraft coming in December is finally going to off us all. I don't know what's going to go on, but there's something rising. Everybody was like saying to these people, like, Grok, can you please explain why 33 is important? Can you please explain? I just saw meme after meme. When you know why you went to the 33rd floor, but you don't want to tell people. So after the CNN decided to talk about race immediately and then talk about the conspiracy theorists went off on the 33rd floor, naturally, per usual, they immediately start talking about guns being the problem, not the actual guy that committed the crime, not that he had any part of it in the crime at all. It was clearly the gun that was pushing him to do and carry this out. Remember that Jim Carrey said the movie 23? 23 is Imagine. Yeah, 23. That movie is great. So naturally, CNN goes on to talk about guns.
And I find it to be absolute insanity that we allow weapons of war to just flow freely on the streets of America. And even though New York State and New York City have the strictest gun laws in the nation, those gun laws can only take you so far if guns can easily cross state boundaries. And this is exactly what happened here.
And in New York, is your understanding that it would have been easy for him to obtain this AR-15 weapon if he purchased it here?
I think it would have been easier for him to obtain it in Nevada. I mean, we have much stricter gun laws here in New York.
Yeah.
But again, what we desperately need is a national ban on military-style weapons, because we...
Military-style weapons. God, I love vague terminology. What's a military vague-style weapon? Any weapon? God. That's exactly what it is. They start off with the obvious ones that you think of in your mind, then they slowly work their way down because any weapon can be used in war. The frick are you talking about? Representative Dan Goldman came out with this insane statement talking about how the shooter drove from Las Vegas to New York with an AR-15, which can't be purchased in New York. He walked into an office building and started spraying the lobby with an AR-15, killing people, a police officer whose handgun was no match for the AR-15. Tell me you have no idea what an AR-15 is without telling me you have any idea what an AR-15. His handgun was no match for an AR-15. These people are so stupid. These people are so dumb. They have no idea that his 9mm or 40 cal on his side hip is a much larger caliber than a .223. This isn't about New York. This is about Republicans persistently blocking comments. I love that. God, Democrats are so good with their language. They get me jacked up about their language. I love when they say like abortion is healthcare. Abortion is healthcare. Or let's have common sense safety reform. It's just common sense. How could you be against it? We're just trying to push common sense. These Republicans are against common sense. Common sense is not something Republicans even know what that word means. Okay. We're the party of common sense. They're the party of irrational thinking. They're just obsessed with our guns. Junior says, so now they are trying to blame the bar for the shooting, saying they served him too much booze is responsible. I've seen the bar. I've seen NFL because of his CTE. It's just like this guy was obviously off his rocker and very mad about something that didn't pan out in the NFL. I've seen a lot. A lot of these younger generations, when they get denied or feel rejection, they don't know how to deal or cope with that kind of emotion, and ergo violence will come out from it because they're mad and they feel like the world is against them. This is about Republicans persistently blocking common sense safety reform, including an assault weapons ban. Again, what's an assault weapon? I know Democrats know what an assault weapon is. Why don't you just say what that is? Semi-automatic rifle, just say it. Just say it. Or is it just semi-automatics? You tell us. Why don't you just say it? You know, Democrats never just tell you honestly what they are going to push. They always give you these like vague language, specially crafted verbiage in order for you to go, yeah, assault weapons? I'm against assaults and I'm against those kind of things. And common sense gun reform? Yeah, I'm for common sense. And I love this, that the super majority of Americans support. What? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? The supermajority that won you this last election? Because I'm pretty sure you didn't get the majority. Can the Democrats retire that talking point since they didn't actually win the majority last election? Absolutely insane. Of course, they're going to go after this. Again, this guy was nuts. He was absolutely deranged. He was mad at the NFL. He was blaming the NFL for his own CTE. He was like a young prospect kid that with big dreams to go into the NFL, didn't work out, got really mad. And of course, the media is trying to make it out to be like a race thing or a gun thing. And then the conspiracy theorists are like 33rd floor. When I think it actually turned out that he accidentally went to the 33rd floor. And then because he accidentally went to the 33rd floor, he got trapped up there and he didn't know what to do. That's probably what actually happened, but you be the judge. Derek, YouTube puts my notifications on none for your channel, even though I put it on all. That's proof they're big. Dude, I've been shadow banned for so long. Thank you so much for telling me that, though. I don't care. I do this for fun, and I'm glad that you connect with me, man. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'm going off to work. Make a difference in somebody's life. And remember the most important thing you could possibly remember.
What happened on the 33rd floor? Who? Why? What? Where? something happened. The 33rd floor is special to all Freemasonries. Did this man open the gates of hell to bring in a new demon?
Okay. All right, guys. If you see the number 33 somewhere today, just remind yourself that that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. Stay strong. Yeah, you too, bro. All right, guys.